Here is my Harbor Freight motorcycle lift. Now I made an adapter to go on the motorcycle lift. I'll show you here. That is made out of 2x6s. And I think it took 5. It took me 5 8-foot 2x6s. And with the scrap that you have left over, you can make all these little pieces that you need on the bottom here. And you are going to have a gap down here at the bottom. I don't know if I can show it to you. Right here. And what you're going to have to do is, before you tie this one on to the bottom, you wind up putting the whole thing on, and then you center it, and then you can put a mark where your cutoff is. Now, this piece and this piece are scrap from the rest of the 2x6 you're going to cut off of this and this, because this is going to be like 6 foot, 6 or 7 foot. I don't really remember now, but anyway, it works out to where you can fit it in here, and then you got this little piece of block that you can, it's scrap too, it works out just perfect, pre-drill everything, screw it all together. And then you're going to have, I'll show you here in a minute, that that whole bracket fits on top of the engine, the motorcycle lift. And so that way you can put 4-foot wide stuff like 4-wheelers I've had up there. I've had go-karts up there, that kind of stuff. I've had lawnmowers up there. It works out really well. Okay, now I just picked that up and threw it on there. As you can see, it makes the whole thing 4 foot wide. I've had a Honda Rubicon up there with big mud tires on it. I've never had anything hang over my 4 foot width. And then I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll try to get under here to shoot this. See, the block is for stopping it from sliding side to side. The other side's got one too. So you can see that it stops it from sliding side to side. And then up front, let me go up here and show you this. It hooks perfect between the nose and this winch, so it can't slide back and forth either because of that. Because this holds it in place and this holds it in place. And I will show you. Alright, same lift, but this time I just took a 4x8 sheet and cut it down and slid it up against here. Since I've got a small garage, it's got to kind of work as, now I can use it for a workbench, because I got a small garage, so everything's got to work double duty. So now I can pile stuff on here, onto the actual plywood, you can see, and I don't have it screwed down, it's just sitting on there. And another thing is, like when I put this board on, occasionally I've just got this screwed on right here with one screw. I can pull that screw, so in case I need to get up underneath to get to something, I can just pull this board off with just pulling one screw on each side, and that gives you a lot more room, and your tires still fit on this one. On like a big Rubicon with mud tires on it or something, or if you got a lawnmower up there and you can't really get underneath the deck good enough, then you can pull this one off. And my dad's got his, I made one for him. He actually just has his setting on there. It's not even screwed on, because the weight of whatever you have setting on this will work. And without the wood on there, you can still put jack stands on this part of it and still get it way up in the air and high enough that you can take the tires and rims and stuff off of it, because the jack stands are pretty tall. And anyway, that's the latest. I've had it set up there for like that for a while. Then I throw I'll throw a big blanket over the whole thing, and then that way I can do painting on it. I just throw a big blanket over the whole thing, and then that way, like what I did was I laid the blanket on there, then I put the hood on top of it, because I had a car hood I was painting. And then you can sand it, you can paint it, and you don't have to worry about getting paint on the stand or any of that stuff. And everything just sets together. You can just pull that off. If you want to put the four-wheelers on it or a lawnmower, if you want to use it for your motorcycle, you can just take the bracket off here. It just lifts off. One guy can lift it off by himself. It ain't that heavy. Set it off to one side, use it for your motorcycles. Just something that I came up with for the Harbor Freight motorcycle lift idea. Good luck.